After requesting a trade from the Brooklyn Nets on Friday afternoon, Kyrie Irving sat out of last night's game against the Washington Wizards with calf soreness. This led to an absolute masterclass by second-year guard Cam Thomas. He didn't start the game, but ended up getting 29 minutes, and boy did he make the most of them. He finished with 44 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists on 69% shooting to give the Nets the win without KD and Kyrie. Nice. I made a video before the 2021 NBA Draft calling Thomas the draft's most underrated player and a future superstar, and that feels really good right about now. He's not been shy about declaring he deserves more minutes, and this was one of the biggest I told you so games I've ever seen. If anything, this likely makes the Nets even more willing to deal Kyrie before the deadline, because Thomas is proving he can take his spot. He's an absolute bucket with crazy potential, and like I said before the draft, he's a future superstar. To get an understanding of how disrespected Cam has been and what his potential really is, let's look at his career so far. Before we get into Cam's career, if you enjoy my content and have watched a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you've watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Cam Thomas was the 23rd overall recruit in the ESPN 100 for his high school class, and chose to play his college ball at LSU. He was one of the more dominant scoring freshmen that college has seen in some time. He put up 23 points per game in his lone season at LSU, which is a number that we almost never see players reach in college ball, especially as freshmen. They don't have a ton of 20-plus point per game scorers like the NBA. However, his efficiency wasn't exactly elite. He shot 41% from the field and 32% from three, but all the defensive attention was on him at almost all times, so that kind of explains it. He did shoot 88% from the free throw line, which is usually a good indicator of someone who can be a good shooter down the line in their career. He was given some respect after the season, as the Ringer had Thomas ranked number 11 on their 2021 draft board, so I wasn't the only one high on him at the time. They listed his NBA comps as CJ McCollum and Terrence Ross, guys who can score but don't offer a ton else. However, NBA GM seemed to place more concern about Thomas' inefficiency and possibility of being one-dimensional than I did, as he slipped all the way to the Brooklyn Nets with the 27th overall pick. It gave Thomas a chip on his shoulder, as if he needed another one. Due to being drafted to a team that had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, Thomas' path to scoring in bunches was somewhat limited from the start. In his rookie season, Thomas would be given 18 minutes per game, being a part of the rotation but not exactly the first guy off the bench. He would put up averages of 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, which honestly weren't too bad considering his minutes and who he was sharing the floor with. However, Thomas only shot 27% from 3, and it caused some concern about his ability to be a great scorer. He had 10 20-point games in his rookie season, all coming in January and February, in a stretch where he was given some more minutes. He showed a clear knack for putting the ball in the basket, and was honestly really impressive given some tough circumstances. These scoring performances and a whole year away from James Harden gave a lot of people hope for this, his second season. He had the fan base excited, and his second straight great Summer League performance had it looking like he would be a bigger piece of the rotation going forward. However, this hasn't been the case. He's been given even less minutes this season, at only 14 a night. His shooting has improved to 36% from 3, but his counting numbers are down to 7 points and 1 rebound per game due to getting less minutes. In the first 5 games of the season, he was given only 14 minutes in total. This led to him being asked if he was frustrated by his lack of playing time, to which he simply responded, "Of course." However, despite the lack of playing time, before last night, he still had 3 20-point games on the season, one of them being a 33-point outing against the Pacers in December. He had become a meme earlier this week as he was asked why he doesn't smile. He simply responded, "Ain't shit funny." This has been all over social media this week and has given him some notoriety. All of this culminated with Kyrie Irving being out of Saturday's game due to his earlier trade request. Thomas knew this was his chance to make a statement, and he did that. He was dominant off the bench for the Nets, dropping 44 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds on nearly 70% shooting. It had fans on the internet declaring, "Who needs Kyrie?" which is an overreaction, but Thomas is really good. He's one of the most naturally gifted scorers I've seen come into the league, especially for someone as young as he is, being only 21 years old. If he was on a bad team like the Rockets, I honestly think he'd be viewed in the same light as a player like Jalen Green, and maybe even putting up better numbers. Cam Thomas exploded on Saturday night, dropping a 40-piece right after Kyrie's trade request. He has been called inefficient for most of his career, but he dropped 44 on 70% from the field. It was absolutely dominant in all facets of the game. He's a natural scorer, and when given opportunity, he has shined. He was underrated in high school, disrespected in the 2021 draft, and underrated by his own team in Brooklyn, who isn't playing him nearly enough. This kid has all-star potential and can be a perennial all-star and easy 20-point-per-game scorer. He's taller than many think at 6'4", with a good handle, and if he can improve as a passer and rebounder, he could be extremely impactful. Even if that never quite reaches elite levels, his scoring will make him a very good player. Cam Thomas is a future superstar for the Brooklyn Nets. Also, the nickname 24/7 for the duo of him and KD, because of their jersey numbers, is super cool. He should be getting 30 minutes a night. This kid is special. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.